Hey, you guys, it's the Heard You Sis podcast. I'm Kilz.
And this is your girl, Dany, and it is 3 years!
I know last year we popped some bubbly, but that's not happening.
That didn't happen today, but it's okay. Hey, yay, 3 years.
It feels a little tight right here. Ugh. Okay.
So, thank you guys for joining us for the third year in a row. We love doing this, and you guys make it even better for us. And sorry if it sounds like I am lisping or whatever. I have decided to resume my Invisalign treatment because who the fuck got time to waste money?
I was about to say, I was wondering why you had them things in.
Yeah.
But what's the problem with it? Why did you stop?
Well, I was doing it when I first moved back to New York. And I just was like, I don't know how I'm going to like continue my treatments because now I'm back in New York and my treatment is in Maryland. So I finally was able to call Maryland and talk. And I was talking to them about like my treatments and like how could I possibly do it? And they were like, oh, you can transfer it to our New York office. I said, you guys have a New York office? Okay, great.
I thought Invisalign was like nationwide, no?
No, it's per dental. Like Invisalign is nationwide, but dental, the provider has to like, because once you pay that provider, they get paid, I guess, some kind of portion for the treatment or whatever.
Okay.
You know how like any service. And the dental group, there's a New York version of the dental group.
Okay.
The dental group has an office in New York.
Gotcha.
So, I am continuing my treatments as
that's good.
of this
I'm
weekend.
just going to say this. I am a huge advocate, and it's not because I got them, but I am a huge advocate for normal braces.
Mm-hmm.
Well, regular. I wouldn't say normal, but regular braces. Yeah, you would have been done by now. Off your teeth. You wouldn't have had to been putting them in at night, taking them out.
Well, that's great and
It
everything.
would just been 1 year of you feeling like, oh, damn, I don't want people to see my mouth.
But you know, what's even better about that?
What about
My insurance did not cover regular braces. They covered Invisalign. So you know what?
They don't cover regular braces.
The insurance I had in Maryland did not cover regular. They covered Invisalign, but they did, and it didn't really cover to give you a discount. You see, like if I didn't get Invisalign, I would have had to pay like the full price for braces. And who doing that?
Yeah, I mean,
Who
paying full
do-
price for any procedure in the medical
Who doing that? I
field
could get a
is just, like,
discount. I
lot.
got a discount. You see,
I had Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it was at the time, and y'all already know, Blue Cross Blue Shield is like the fucking upper echelon
I had Blue Cross Blue Shield as well when I was in Maryland, and when I got the Invisalign, it was half the price of what actual braces would be. So I said, what? And I could use my flex spending card, or why
Yeah,
not?
because I know a lot of grown people feel like, oh, I don't want that on my teeth, and like it just. I feel like
I don't
it
care
is
about
what it
any
is.
of that.
I've known a few people that had it, and they were like doing a lot of closed mouth smiles. You know what I'm saying? But it worked out. It worked out.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with people who have regular braces as adults, because at the end of the day, you are taking better care of yourself,
Right.
and you're tending to your health. Sometimes it is a health hazard not to have braces because sometimes like braces align your jaw, etc. But also you're fine tuning your aesthetic. Like, why not have straight teeth if you can have straight teeth? Like,
Yeah, because when I be seeing the befores on a lot of these veneers pages, I be like, nah, bro. There's no
definitely
way you
do
was
that.
running around with this for years or your life, decades. It's crazy, but we wish you luck on your journey. Hopefully you stick with it. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I partially, I'm not going to lie, I partially blame myself, but I also blame the dentist as well, because the dentist would have my trays for a month and wouldn't call me and tell me that they have my trays. So how am I supposed to know to come get my trays?
They don't track it. Like, they don't tell you, like,
No. And
like, hey, at the 3-month mark, you have
No,
to
no.
move on to the next tray.
No, they tell you got to move on to the next tray, right? And I would call them, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna give you a call and let you know when your trays come in."
And they wouldn't call you.
And they wouldn't call me.
That's
So,
unprofessional.
so in my mind, like what will happen is, like, oh, they didn't call me yet, and then I'm letting it fall by the wayside. So I would say both of us, we're both responsible here, and I wouldn't check back, and then next thing you know,
But they should, if they're gonna tell you that, because there's nothing wrong with you calling, right? But if you're gonna tell me that you're gonna call me, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
I'm noticing this week that customer service is bad.
I was just
Like, just how
had
we
this
feel the
conversation
dating
yesterday.
pool has piss in it, the customer service pool definitely has piss in it. It used to have, I don't know, but it just is bad. Like, I just don't understand. Like, and then I always notice the difference between good customer service and bad customer service. Hence, because I worked in customer service and I just felt like I was fucking elite. Nobody gonna tell me different. I was elite. Like, people was cursing me out and I was holding it down. Different accents. I was struggling to figure it out, but we was making shit happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, my customer service was like elite. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could bring an irate customer down to like, you know what I'm saying? And there's like so many levels to it. Like, for example, I was in a grocery store and over the weekend I made some shrimp stuff with crab or whatever. I'm on this real like stuffed shit with crab kick right now. And so she's like, "Oh, I didn't charge you for the crab." I said, "Yes, you did." She was like, "Oh, it's taken off right here." I said, "Yes, taken off right here because you put it twice." So I was charged 2 times and you took off the mistake. And the shrimp is up here. And she's like, "I have to call my manager." I'm like, "Okay, like, right." So boom, the manager comes over. This is like 10 minutes now because we waited like 5 minutes for Miss Angie to come. So now this is like 10 minutes going or whatever. And so before she left, she handled everything or whatever because it was exactly what the fuck I said, because reading is just truly fundamental. It literally mapped it out. The lady didn't even have to come over. She's like, "Oh, I was like, oh, everything's good." I said, "I just want to give you a tip here or whatever. You inconvenienced me and I feel as though there should have been a sorry for your inconvenience, apologies for the something. I didn't ask for a discount, nothing, but just like some type of courtesy there. Like, I wasted 10 minutes of my life for something I told you already was correct, that you just kept trying to fight me on being wrong. And then you came over acting stupid too. Like, just blindly in the blind. But anyway, how was your week, girl?
My week was very interesting, but I'm optimistic.
Okay.
I went to church today, and I saw my dad. My week was actually great. So, for a lot of you who don't know, because I don't share my business with you guys, but since God is great, I gotta give him some bright accolades, because this week I found out from my dad's doctor. My dad had multiple myeloma, and he was 95% cancerous. And today, as of March 17th, he is 100% cancer free, and he is currently he is in full remission. So I want to thank God for that, because I'm just like,
that is so good. I'm excited for him.
So I'm really happy about that. And so whatever else happened in my week really was at the very least of my problems, because of the fact that, that information was completely and utterly wonderful to find out. But yes, my dad is cancer free, and I went to lunch with him today, and I had a good time. Lindenwood. He took me driving, and
how was it with him?
It was good.
First, he took me driving. I was like, "Pay somebody."
I had to tell him. I'm like, "Dad." He's like, get over. I said, "Dad, I need you to calm down." I said, "I'm not going to crash the car. I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm just practicing with you, and I need you to not yell, because if you yell and
go ahead, keep going.
If I yell, if you yell, you make me nervous, and I understand, And I've said sorry to you on many occasions, so please don't.
I
look
didn't
at me
say
like-
anything. I had nothing to say. I
But
just
you're looking
I
at
thought
me-
it was interesting.
You're giving me that condescending look.
Okay, I just thought it was interesting. There's been many times we've been in the car and she's acting like somebody's grandma. Acting like
I'm just a scary person when it comes to driving.
yeah, that don't help drivers. But
But it doesn't
so
help
happy.
driving. And I
I'm
told
so
my
happy.
dad, I'm like, Dad, stop doing that. Like, he's like,
You think that's just in him? Because some people just can't teach you how to drive.
no, I just feel like they always tell you don't have a spouse or your parents teach you how to drive.
Right, I
Because they put too much pressure on you. They're like, go, 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 go. Yo, bro, relax. Like,
Facts.
and that's another thing I realized about drivers. Can y'all please take y'all time? Y'all be fucking excuse my language. I'm trying to stop cursing, but God, you be at a stoplight. The light will just turn green. Beep, bro. Where we rushing to the next red light?
I'm dying because when I was a student driver, somebody was honking the hell out of me, and I was like, "Damn, did y'all miss the sign on the top, bitch? I'm just learning." Like this is
No, but they
crazy.
be OD. But for somebody to talk about horns, girl, you lays
I
on
have
her.
never laid on the horn for a student driver.
Oh, not for a student driver, but
Yeah, because it don't make no sense. I'd be upset in my mind, but I'm like,
yo,
just relax.
you in the
Since they
car with
learning.
her. Not with a student driver, a regular driver, shorty will lay on the horn until you wake up from death. Like,
Yeah, because I just feel like people be asleep when they driving.
she be like,
Don't when I honk that horn, don't people start moving?
They do.
Alert. Now we're alert. We're alert now.
Her alert, her alarm, her beeping is equivalent to like a siren from like a ambulance
Oh, yeah,
or like
sure.
yeah, like you gotta get up out the way. But nonetheless, how was your week, girl?
It was good. What did y'all get from Lindenwood?
I was gonna get the crab legs or the baked clams,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't get them because my dad was in for breakfast and they were all in for breakfast. I'm like, I'm gonna just get breakfast too. So I ended up getting first of all, don't you ever get they fish and grits, okay? Because that is like packaged fish, huge. The fish is like this big.
It is big. I've had it
packaged
before.
packaged fish. So it's like a breaded.
It's like brown, right?
Yes.
I had it before.
And it's packaged fish, and the grits look very gritty. But I got the Belgian waffles, eggs, and bacon. They give you a lot.
Oh,
of
so
bacon.
somebody else got the fish and grits.
Yes, and my dad got the fish and grits, and
was
my
disappointed.
stepmom got the fish and home fries.
Okay.
But the home fries is good. Don't get me wrong.
Weak.
Because-
There's a few. I just feel like Lindenwood is another place that they have so many options, but only certain things are good. Yeah.
Yes. So I just one thing. If anybody from Lindenwood Kitchen ever hears this, please, y'all can't just scramble the cheese in the egg. Them two big slices of American cheese on top is
Fake
no go.
melted, right?
Fake
I
melted.
know what you. I never saw it, but I
Them-
know you're talking about.
Them and IHOP do the same thing. Why can't y'all just mix the cheese in the egg? It don't take nothing. Y'all scrambling it anyway.
Yeah, I don't fuck with IHOP, but
But anyway,
but my week was good, eventful,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that I would say that's really it. A lot of relaxation going on.
yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely eventful or whatever for what I'm like trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy about that. But yeah, that was it. But since this is our 3-year, we're gonna jump into like some things we do want to talk about, but then we're just gonna, speak about like a recap, how we feel about this year, things that
Okay.
are plaguing us. But boom, saw this scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanna bring it to you. So this man, he was facing time, like, and this is his words.
Mm-hmm.
I was facing time, like time. When I hear time, I'm thinking like maybe 10 years. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Facing
Like-
time in jail. I'm thinking like facing time he's gonna die.
Oh,
Like
no. Facing time.
facing time like he was going to jail.
Is it camera here? Is it?
It's here.
So he was facing time in jail or whatever the case may be. So come to find out, his wife knew the judge.
Oh, okay.
So the wife knew the judge or whatever the case may be, and she ended up sleeping with the judge
to get him
and-
time off. Okay.
sleeping with the judge, and he ended up getting probation. ended up giving probation. And so he was like, you know, I understand she did that for me, but I like really have like a lot of questions that I need answers to. And when I asked her like for details, she said I did what I had to do. And so his question was, is she a hero or a HO?
Okay. She's a hero. The fuck?
This is what the fuck
she done popped that cat for you, boy. What's wrong with you? Your ass was going to jail. You was going. You see, these niggas are ungrateful.
Yes.
Ungrateful.
I put this
Yo,
on you.
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, because I understand, like, you know, the male ego is fragile, but bro, you were going to go to jail and lose 10 years of your life or something of the nature. And here you are sitting here complaining about your wife backing it up so you don't get 10 years. That was 5 minutes, bro.
We don't
5
know
minutes. We don't know. Al,
he could have liked her, could have rocked her world, man, shit. So he's probably thinking on
So
that.
what? Guess what? You didn't get your world rocked in jail. So
Right. You was 2 seconds away from giving that booty hole up. Like,
come on, stop playing. You could have been dropped the soap, boom, snatched. That's it, done, over. And you sit here complaining about her. Bro, it's not like they was having an affair.
Right.
It was a one-time thing. Listen,
I asked multiple men, right? Like their opinions or whatever the case may be. One person I asked, they were like, oh, like I have questions. Like, you know, I just have really more so one question. And the question is like, is this some shit you do? Like when you in a bind like this, like do you just fuck niggas to like get your way? Like what is this? Like, is this going to keep continuing to happen or was this a one-time thing?
Nigga, are you going to keep going to jail? If you're going to jail, I'm okay. I understand. I understand.
Keep fucking? That's what she's gonna say.
No, nigga, that's it. You're going to jail next time. Okay. You're going to jail next time. I'm not going to keep throwing this cat out there for you to keep making me have to go and do stuff like that. Honestly, he didn't ask for that, but
he didn't.
He didn't ask for that.
But also too, just to give context, this is his wife.
No,
not his girlfriend.
I get this.
Not your wifey. No, I'm just letting the people know because it's a difference from me and you being boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, you going to jail
to you being like you just running around calling me wifey because you know niggas like to do shit like that. Love calling you wifey with no fucking ring. And shit like that or whatever. So they're married. There's a union. Papers were signed. They went to the altar. They did this in front of a judge. Just a little bit different to me than a relationship. But then somebody else, another nigga I spoke to said, oh, she's a HO. And I kindly had to let that nigga know that's why you would be in jail.
You would be in jail.
Yeah, holding them booty cheeks up.
Hello.
Because what the fuck are we talking about? How is she a hoe? I'm going to be honest.
Let me just say this. One body doesn't make you a hoe. Like, what are you talking about? Being a hoe.
Honestly, though, being a hoe is like the reason why people call people hoes for the most part is because of like why they do things.
That's what I'm saying. It's about the mentality of what they're doing. First of all, how's she a hoe? Because she wanted her husband to be free. What about that screams hoe? There is a very valid reason why she gave that cat up. Okay, 10 years is a lot of freaking time.
I'm just saying 10 years. I don't know. No,
I'm just going with the scenario.
It's 10.
I'm going with the scenario of 10 years.
10 plus.
I'm going with the scenario of 10 years. Like I'm going with that scenario. But I'm just saying, like, if we're using that as like, how is she a hoe? First of all, that's one person she has sex with. No matter if, and the thing is that if it's her body, she can do whatever she wants with it. Just because she used it to help you doesn't make her a hoe. So y'all gotta stop with this whole mentality because it's stupid. 2, I definitely don't think that somebody who's doing something for you and trying to help you out, how could that be hoe-like? Like that is somebody who's actually, I don't know, the logic between, because if it was me and my husband wanted to give the judge some peen for me,
I would let him do it.
I wouldn't even think twice. I would be like, thank you, baby. Thanks.
No, I'm not gonna hold you though. If the roles was reversed, I'm gonna say thank you. But I'm also going to be like, look, I won't be doing anything that will land me in jail. And I just hope that this didn't open the door for cheating. Because you did cheat. Let's be fucking for real.
He did cheat.
Yeah, you did cheat. I just want to know. I would give you that pass. I'm not running around giving out whole passes. That's not my vibe. But
No, that's not even what I'm saying.
I would give him a pass, and I just want to know: did you feel like that opened you up to want to sleep with other people? And that would be it. That would be
that's
my
a different kind of conversation. I mean, I'm talking in aspect of like just being grateful that he did it for me. Like
hell yeah,
I would just be like,
grateful.
thank you. I would have probably be like, like we'll never got to do this again. We'll probably have that conversation, of course. But like in the grand scheme of things, my first thing is not to think like, oh my God,
he's a whole ass nigga.
Yeah, my first thing is thank God you're not somebody's girlfriend.
I'm thinking that thank you, he took one for the team.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I keep thinking.
Yeah.
But since we talking about being teammates, right? I want to talk about we typically don't really get too much into like love and hip hop kind of stuff, but I seen something with Spice and Karlie Redd, and I've been noticing like they tried to portray Spice to be being mean to Karlie Redd. First of all, let's start with this. Karlie has been messy since the very first season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She has not solidly, in my eyes, been a good friend to many people. So
I will say this though. If I see her be a good friend to anybody, it's definitely been Spice. But go ahead.
We're gonna talk about behind the scenes because Spice said they had a real friendship. Prior to Spice coming on, Spice said that Karlie Redd did not get her on the show. Somebody else got her on the show. So that's one thing I want to clear up before anything.
Okay.
But okay, Spice on the seasons, it seemed like she was mad at Karlie because Karlie bought a house right behind her. And she thought that was weird. Like, why would you go out of your way to find out where I live and buy a house right behind me? But
bitch, we friends. Hey, girl.
Hold on. But nobody knew that they were no longer friends.
Oh.
So let me give you the scenarios. So let's fast forward all the way behind. Let's go back to when Spice went off the scene and she had like gotten sick. I don't know with
the surgery thing.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't know where all these events fall in line, but these are her reasonings for not being friends with Karlie Redd. And Karlie is acting like Spice did not send her a 6-page letter letting her know why she didn't want to be friends again. So she keeps coming on the show talking about something. I don't know why Spice is mad. I don't know why Spice is mad. Spice says she gave her a 6-page letter letting her know why she was mad before they aired the season. All right. The reasonings in it was, one reason was Karlie's birthday. Spice took her away to Costa Rica, didn't tell her what she was doing, but spent a whole lot of money on her and never brought up how much money she spent. She bought her like designer stuff and, they did everything all expense paid by Spice. Spice's birthday rolled around and apparently Karlie is telling everybody like, you don't know how much money I'm spending. I'm spending so much money. I spend so much money. And it's getting back to Spice. And Spice said it was ruining her birthday because when you do something for somebody, you don't keep bringing up how much money you spend.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one reason. Second reason, Spice said when she was sick, she told Karlie, do not tell anybody that I am sick. And Karlie said she didn't, but apparently she did. She told somebody where Spice was staying in Dominican Republic and also told told him to come down to that space and come see her. And Karlie said that she didn't say, she never told anybody, but she did. She lied. Okay. Another.
How do they know that though?
Huh?
Like, I'm pretty sure Spice's whole team knew.
No, not her whole team. It's not about her team. Like this, like, when like it's like equivalent to me and you, and then I tell somebody like, if I tell you like,
no, look, let's be real. That's like if I tell 10 people and I'm just blaming on one.
No. Spice said the person told her that Karlie told her to come.
Oh. Okay.
So it was directly linked back to Karlie.
Gotcha. This is factual.
Okay. There was another time she was basically like how there was like something they were all talking about her in a group chat. Somebody was talking about like Karlie was involved in a group chat, and then she also sent a clip of Spice's like doctor telling her stuff and sent it to somebody and said, you can use this. So basically like,
what?
Yes, that's another thing. That's reason number 3. Number 4, Spice said she felt like Karlie gave her a fake Celine bag. She said the thread was coming out. Basically, she was like, she didn't really think that she bought. She said she wanted her to produce the receipt and she wasn't really producing a receipt for it. So she believed that she she did not buy her a real bag. And Spice was like, don't play them games with me. Don't buy me fake shit for me. Like, I don't even buy fake shit for you. Like, why would you do that? Anyway, that's another reason. This is the biggest reason. Girl, tell me if this is not a reason.
The rest was enough for me, but go ahead.
This is the reason that will make me stop want to fight you. Karlie lived with Spice's makeup artist. Spice's makeup
Why
artist.
do they live together?
I don't know, but this is a problem. This is before. Okay, Spice was getting her makeup. Let me do it like this. Spice was getting her makeup done by this girl, right? The girl is in Spice's house, but unbeknownst to Spice, the girl is her current boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
Wait, I didn't catch that because like run it back.
You hear where I'm going with this? Okay.
It was just too many boyfriend, girlfriend, this one friend. It was too much.
Okay.
I couldn't keep up. Go ahead.
Spice is getting her makeup done by this girl for like the past.
No, okay. So the makeup artist is who to who and who?
Spice's
makeup. Makeup artist.
Yes, was her current boyfriend at the time, ex-girlfriend.
Gotcha.
So the makeup.
So Spice's current boyfriend is the makeup artist's ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody knew, including Karlie Redd. The girl lives with Karlie. And nobody told Spice and the thing is that her ex-boyfriend and the girl, they're in the house kicking and laughing and being friendly with each other. And Spice is thinking that they just being friendly, not that they know each other from before anything.
What?
And nobody told her, including Karlie. Yes, it's her nigga's responsibility. And when she found out, they said, it was before you. We didn't think you needed to know. Spice said, what? She said, I don't care in 1,000. If you could have been his boyfriend from Roman years.
Right. I feel that.
Like, you in my house, you around my kids, you around my man.
She didn't want to lose that bag. That's what it really was. She held it down for that. Being messy and nasty. The makeup artist.
That's fine. But Karlie as my friend, even regardless or not, bitch, I wish you would knew that somebody was somebody ex-girlfriend. You don't tell me, and we sitting around kiki and you rolling up in my crib.
I would tell you before the kiki happened. We don't even have to kiki for me to tell you that.
And everybody's like, and then
I'd be like, yo, look, I remember this girl did my makeup or whatever. Yo, matter of fact, I'd have just been like, look, my roommate, I found out that her and your man were together at one point. Like, yeah, like that's what she had to say. Like, I don't know what's going on, what happening, but that's really that. Like,
and nobody told Spice. So when I think
and Spice gives me the vibe that like if her and the girl beefed and they kicked her out, she would let Karlie move in or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. First of all, and then after all of that, that's when Karlie moved behind Spice. So Spice was like, bitch, I moved out of Atlanta to get away from you. And you come and you move behind me? I'm fucking tight, bitch. Why you in my space? I don't want to be nowhere near you. And everybody keep trying to make it seem like she's bugging for that. But those are more than enough reasons for somebody to stop being friends with you. And she didn't blast you and say anything about it. But here you are on this fucking show. Here you are on this show. Acting like you don't know that what you did is actually wrong. That's terrible. As a friend. Okay, cool. Scratch all the other stuff. My life, and I tell you don't tell nobody, and you do that. And you over here playing games with she not the enemy because we don't got no beef. But at the end of the day, like, you withhold the information that's that important. That girl could be plotting on my man. She in my crib.
My kids. Like, you don't know.
You
like,
bugging. And she been in more than one of my residences.
This is a breach of security at this point.
And I said to myself, like, I don't think that Spice is wrong at all. I don't think so. And that's because, honestly, like, as a friend, loyalty is probably number one on my list. Like, you over here doing stuff like that. Like, I can't trust you, and I don't want nobody that I can't trust around me or in my space. Like, that would severely hurt my feelings.
One thing I want to say about money, like, I don't do money with everybody, but that doesn't mean that that doesn't make me look at you any less. You're just not one of those people, or whatever the case may be. If I spent money on vacation and doing all this other stuff or whatever, I'm not bringing up how much I spent because that's fucking irrelevant.
None of it is irrelevant.
It is
the money
irrelevant.
gone.
You know what I'm saying? Gone. And I'm pretty sure Spice, like a regular vacation be like $3K. So I'm pretty sure she spent like maybe like 5 to 8 on that trip.
She also bought her like designer bags for her birthday as well, in addition to the trip.
My girl spent about 15K on that girl.
So I'm just saying, and you know, I'm a big money girl, so I can't really say.
But that money could have went to her kids, not a scheming ass bitch. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see how like people are not seeing her side of it. But I guess maybe now since Spice cleared it up, everybody can see. And everybody say she being mean as Karlie. But Karlie deserved to be being mean too. Like, when you're not a good friend, you cannot expect people to want to be good friends to you. You're going to always put nasty energy in the air, nasty vibes around the place, and nobody is going to want to be a good friend to you. And when it comes down to it, you're going to lose out all your good friends. Y'all need to start being better friends to people. Because if you're not a good friend, you can't expect people to want to stay your friend.
Mm-hmm. But I think people have this notion that they're just good.
Yeah.
Right? I have never really heard people say, like, you know what? I just really wasn't the best friend that I could be. Or I could have been a better friend. You never like really hear people say that and then put action towards being better.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what like, why do you just think because you're friends that you're a good friend?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't that doesn't go in hand with one another. You would hope and you would try to be a good friend, but that's about it. I don't know, with Spice or whatever. I feel like she's always seemed like she really loved Karlie and like really has a lot of patience with her. Because she does a lot of stupidity, doesn't really keep friends, can't keep a friend. And I think she just really caught up in the reality TV world. Just drama. Like, you can't get away from it. Because, like, all these real OGs of, like, Love and Hip Hop, like Atlanta, because I just want to say Atlanta, because I can't really say New York. They just thrive off the drama. Erica and Scrappy love drama. You know, Mama D, love drama. Kirk and Rashida love drama.
I wouldn't say Kirk and Rashida so much, but I can see what you mean about the drama, though.
You literally made up a whole story about your man having a kid on you.
It wasn't real?
No.
What?
Love drama.
That's what Spice, and that's what Spice was saying too. She was like, "Y'all be making
Safari." He went on every franchise. Why? Because he loved drama.
No, but honestly, Spice even said that she was like, "That's the thing about y'all." She said that's what she was saying in her life. She was like, "Yo, I didn't know when you come on this show, you supposed to become an actor and an actress." Like she said, "I didn't make up no storyline for this is my real life. I have a real life and real things happen in my real life to me. And I don't have to make up a storyline." She said, "I was an artist and I was famous before all of this. I am a huge celebrity in my country before all of this."
But I will say though, Love and Hip Hop definitely opened her up to the American market because nobody was paying her no mind over here.
No, over here nobody.
I said over here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
she's
and not, I wouldn't say
nobody
was paying her mind over here. I would say that if you weren't aware of the culture, you weren't paying her no mind. Because you can't lie. Like, we knew about Spice since we was, 12, 13, 11. Like, we've been
but we
cared about her music.
We come from Caribbean descent.
That's what I'm saying.
You
like,
can't, like, for example, you see how Shensia trying to do mad American music because, like, you're opening up to a different market, like a different person. Like,
I'm not saying that she was completely known in America, but I'm just saying, like, she was an international superstar. But at the end of the day, like, I understand what you're saying about Love and Hip Hop, giving her a bigger platform to.
I feel like it opened her up to America because let's be real, when Americans, if I go outside now, randomly asking people, can you name 3 Jamaican artists, they're not naming Spice.
That's probably right.
If I ask them to name 5 Jamaican artists, they're not naming Spice. They probably gonna get stumped up at 3.
Like I said,
But what I will say is that I think that to me, she gives me female vibes, cartel vibes.
She is female vibes
to me. Like, that's just me. And I'm not trying to, and I don't want to say that to say like trying to diminish her work or what she's accomplished. I'm just saying that she wasn't present in American market. And she is now. It's just sad that she keep going through BS in the market because she came on through a reality television show. But I think that doesn't take away from her work and her artistry or whatever the case may be. And, you know, I'm happy for her. But yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't have stopped being friends off of the birthday thing. But I tell you this, that you telling niggas where the fuck I am after I got surgery and I was on my deathbed, I would be very inclined to put hands and feet on you.
I was inclined.
But I definitely wouldn't have talked to her after that. Because it's like, no, what can you say to that? You know, when you, like you know, you do something to somebody and maybe you try to come up with an excuse or something. Sometimes you just got to live in it. And it's like, that's one of those moments where you just have to live in it. Because what could you tell me that would make me understand why you would tell somebody that? And then on top of you telling somebody my business, you gave them the Addy?
Bugging. For me, I just
like what?
I think that this is a clear example of people doing what they want, and when they want in your relationships, and not giving a damn about how things may make you feel after you express to them how it makes you feel. And
I just think that's like, some people just lack empathy.
Some people just are selfish and self-centered, and whatever works for them. And I know I can't even think why she would tell somebody, oh, you want to make sure you see her before she died? Okay. The fuck? Like, I told you I didn't want to see nobody. That's what I said. But nonetheless, I don't think Karlie Redd is a good friend. From what I've heard, I have not seen any good
Honestly,
examples.
Spice made me start looking at her in a different light, in a good light. I was
Yo,
like,
I was really starting. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That is so true.
And I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in a gajillion years. I never saw one episode with Spice.
I really enjoyed their friendship. Like, I did like them together.
I saw clips, and I built that.
From what I seen. Yeah. But yeah. So since we was talking, oh my God. I said this. I wanted to talk about this. Risa Tisa.
No, all right. So so the reason why I was just like, you know, wanted to speak on Risa Tisa, not really because of her situation per se. I wanted to speak on her because I'm starting to notice that a lot of people are Risa Tisa. You know what I'm saying? Have went through situations that are similar or comparable to Risa Tisa. And I know it sounds crazy, but people do go through those types of things. So, like, for example, I'm on, like, TikTok, and I was looking at this girl's story time or whatever, and I'm just going to really condense the story. Basically, she's at the mall. If you look it up on... Damn, if you look it up on TikTok, you just type in Deacon something. I don't know what it is, but, like, I can't remember exactly what the story is. I mean, what the thing is you type in to look it up, but whatever. I'm just gonna get into the story. So basically, this girl, she's at the mall, you know, like shopping or whatever the case may be. She sees her homegirl's boyfriend with a shorty. I'm talking hugged up, holding hands, shopping for panties, like, or whatever the case may be. And matter of fact, that day was Valentine's Day. So the girl was gonna FaceTime her friend, but she felt like she didn't want to like lose the opportunity, so she decided to record him. Like, she recorded him in different stores, doing different gestures, like giving variety to the, because you know how like you said something, oh, you sure did not, like she sent enough evidence to where it felt like, yeah, this is real. Like, he can't escape this if he tried to, right? So boom, so she hits her homegirl up, who is also, by the way, pregnant. Hits her homegirl up. So she's like, you know, trying not to, like, she's not trying to, like, do too much. She's trying to set it up in a way where it'll be palatable for her friend. Because, yet again, it's not only that this is going to hurt, but she's also pregnant, so that could harm the baby as well. So her homegirl randomly hits her up like, oh, hey, we're going to say his name is Mark, because that's what she said. She said his name was Mark or whatever. That's not his real name, but she gave a fake name. She's like, Mark said he saw you today. And the girl is like, oh, so this nigga trying to get ahead of the story, like, before really, like, you know, like, getting into it, whatever. And so she basically...
I'm not gonna lie, my stomach is already hurting about just listening to this story. Go ahead.
Did it hurt when you was listening to Risa Tisa?
Yes, it was very.
Because you seemed like you was, watch this bitch. Like,
no, I was in shock as I was watching it.
All right, so
it wasn't a kiki. It was like a what.
Anyway, so it's gonna unfold, right? So basically, boom. So her homegirl, she tells her like, hey girl, you know, like, I basically have evidence. So I was like, no, who did he say he was with? He said he was by himself. Lie number one. So then the homegirl was like, look, I'm not really trying to get into this or whatever. Can you like step away, go to the bathroom, something, because I need to talk to you. The homegirl was like, look, I'm at work. I can't talk to you about something. So basically the friend texted him, was just like, yeah, he was with somebody, and I have video evidence. She didn't send the video evidence to her at this point, but she was like, okay, cool. The man is hitting her up like, hey, so basically the pregnant shorty is like, oh, like I see his location. He's somewhere. Like he looks like he's at a house. It's 12 o'clock at night at this point. He's like, oh, hey, I was dropping off Valentine's Day gifts at my family's house or whatever the case may be, and I'm just gonna stay the night at my. What he said? Who? He said, I'm going to spend the night at my cousin's house. Can I spend the night at my cousin's house? So the girl's like, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Spend the night at your cousin's house, nigga. That's your cousin's house. So she like, oh, okay. So she like, yeah, spend the night or whatever. And the homegirl was like, look, her friend is like a very level-headed person. So even if she's like in shambles, she's like one of those people like, let's all calm down. Let's try to figure this out or whatever the case may be. So her friend is like, damn, I'm more riled up than she is. So boom. Fast forward now, the nigga goes to work or whatever the case may be. She gets movers to move all his shit out, right? So he comes home and he's like, oh, the code is not working to get in. And she was like, oh, like here's the code. Like let him get in the house to see his shit is going. He was basically like, oh, I see your friend made a TikTok. I don't know what she's talking about. So he's going crazy in his mind because the girl never said nothing. Like she didn't ask who that bitch was, how she looked, nothing. Anyway, oh, and I missed the part. She sent her a video. She sent her a video. She's asked her to describe the girl, and come to find out the pregnant girlfriend was like, is this the girl? It happened to be his ex. It was his ex that he was shopping with or whatever the case may be. And fast forward, find out that this man that's his ex-girlfriend, and that the girl just recently had a baby in December. And she was like, what the fuck? Like, she was like, and then they did more investigative research, found out they had a 9-year-old together. Come to find out, that she has a husband. They reach out to the husband. He's like an older gentleman. I want to say like 67. They said that when they were together, she randomly up and left and took $400,000 from him that he can't get back. Boom. Then the guy so then they had a joint account for their newborn, which had $44,000 in it. He empties the account and disappears. They had to get the authorities involved. Come to find out, they done did this to people before or whatever. No, the older husband was like, oh, like, you know, he always felt like she wasn't working alone, like when she did that shit or whatever the case may be. So anyway, fast forward, the authorities gets involved. They find the girl, they find him or whatever. So I guess this is being taken up with the courts or whatever the case may be. But the kicker was they looked through his iCloud or whatever. Mind you, they were about to get married too. So she had to cancel venues, flower arrangements, all this stuff or whatever. Mind you, this lady's keeping calm. And I'm
upset for her.
Yeah, so and then the kicker, if you stomach her now, wait till I tell you this, girl. So they find his iCloud, and they reading notes that he has in there, and he said he had put in his notes, it is so hard pretending to be in love with somebody. What? That's not crazy. And then the crazy part is they like, yo, the girl was like, yo, we used to tell her like, yeah, Mark is the one. Like, I gotta get me a Mark. Like, and she was like, and he a deacon in the church and everything. She was like, yo, this shit.
He a deacon in the church. Don't be the one. You know, it's crazy. We talking about.
I'm saying that to say.
Oh my God.
I'm saying that to say that there are many Risa Tisa had enough, so she made that little 50-part docu-series, because that's what the fuck it was. But yeah, I feel like there are many Risa Tisas in the world. We just don't know about it, and then we're not talking about it, and we don't need to talk about it because that shit just was embarrassing or whatever the case may be. Like, to imagine being with somebody and then to find a note in their phone that said like, it's hard pretending to love somebody. Like, what?
The thing is that like to be cheated on and to be bamboozled is to be one thing. Is one
Right.
thing.
So to find out it was never
Is it
real.
Yo, honestly, to
Like,
find
that
out it was
was crazy.
never real is crazy. I hope I never find some shit out like that.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope nobody ever goes
I
through
hope
anything
not.
like that.
I did before. I'm not gonna lie. I did have somebody tell me that they ain't love me, but it's fine. We was only like a year in, so you know
Yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
been no too long. It was no Risa Tisa, okay?
Did you believe him though?
What? When he said he didn't love me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would he have a reason to lie? Like, what would be the reason? He said, "I don't think I loved you." Okay. That shit crushed your world, though. I'm not gonna lie.
most definitely. Especially if y'all both saying "I love you." So all
Yeah.
the times you said "I love you," like that shit
was a
was
lie.
fake.
I don't think that
You're
he did.
whack. Nobody told you. To say you
And
love
still to this day, and people say to me like, "Why you be acting like your exes is dead?" Because the shit that they be doing, they deserve to be dead
They
in my
don't-
mind. Like
Right.
they really do not deserve to take up any space in this brain, and then they be mad when I see them and I ignore them. Do you remember the fucking hardship you caused me?
One thing I will say is that men have told me like, "Oh, like you act like you so tough and you're hard. You know, like niggas be dying to see me cry and shit like that or whatever." But I had to really sit down and reflect or whatever the case may be. I have no problem being vulnerable. I really have no problem being.
She literally doesn't.
My thing is that I find that like motherfuckers be taking advantage when they find that you are vulnerable. It's like, okay, like you saw that I was crying or something. This is an example. Yo, why you crying for? Okay. I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, like say if I said like, you know, that really hurt me, and then you come at me mad aggressive or whatever the case may be. You're not fostering my vulnerability here, and I don't even think I should be giving it to you. And so I think that's like a problem or whatever the case may be that I know that I have. I have a really hard time being vulnerable with people, knowing damn well I can't be that. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Like I cannot be vulnerable to somebody who is not vulnerable to me. It actually like how it was hurting your stomach, that shit hurts my stomach. Like, I can't even fathom opening up to you.
You know, it's crazy because it literally, like, you try to be vulnerable with people and they will literally play in your face and then act like they're not playing in your face. And when you try to call, like, what are you talking about? Nigga, you know what I'm talking about. And you make me want to slap you right now. So let me get up out of here. Let me leave you alone. Because people who play on your emotions like that, knowing that they are doing something to hurt you, are a different type of sick. Okay? Knowing that you care about them and they don't care about you, but they are still portraying and giving false hope is nuts to me. Move on. Do something different in life. Find a girl who you want to be with that doesn't care just as much as you don't. But if you find that you run into somebody that cares and you cannot match that, leave them alone, because at the end of the day, like, you are really causing somebody else trauma. And I hope as a person, as an adult, we have to be able to be vigilant enough to notice when somebody does not care about you and get out of the situation before it hurts you. Like in that situation with that girl, she had no freaking clue. And that's crazy to me that he literally played on her. He brought another person into this world while doing, like,
imagine they were also dating for like, I don't know, I think maybe like 2 years, a year or two. They were dating for like 2 years or whatever the case may be. Throughout this whole time, you didn't think to tell me you had a 9-year-old?
How didn't she? Yo, what about the family? The family didn't know. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's some holes in the story, bro. There's holes in the story because honestly, I can.
No, his family was kind of like trying to get her to like not say anything. Same thing with his family. Like he was like, "Yo," he was like basically like threatening. And honestly, they found out that the girlfriend, because we gonna call him Mr. and Mrs. Smith at this point.
Hello. Wait.
They acting like operatives. So the ex-girlfriend that she saw in the mall girl. You know what I'm saying? Mall girl. Got married 2 times after the old man, and those men ended up dead. There's no evidence, nothing. So like it was meant for her homegirl to see them in the mall together, because it just took them all on like
Yeah,
a
so
whirlwind.
so her family did not know about the other girl or the 9-year-old. Like none of the family members. So she never met like a family member that. Yeah.
The pregnant girlfriend.
Yes.
No, I don't know. She didn't get into deep about her family or his family, but they basically said that his family and the guy, Mark and his family, were basically saying like, yo, because her friend doesn't have Instagram, no social media. So the homegirl who saw all of this in the mall, she is like basically retelling her friend's story with permission from her friend. That's like something happened to you.
No, I get all of that. I'm asking, how didn't anyone in the family feel like it was necessary to tell that girl that he has a 9-year-old or he had another baby, or like, so nobody in the other family knew? Like,
I mean, that's just like, I remember being with a nigga and I thought his mother was so fucking cool. And,
oh no, listen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then I find out like she just as scandalous as her fucking scandalous ass son.
Listen,
like,
I had somebody hold you my daughter.
I don't be believing.
I don't believe you.
There's
bitch.
only one time in my entire life where a mother was like, yo, like, you're my daughter, I love you, and I actually believe them. One. And
y'all be lying.
you think so?
I am not. No, because at the
I
end,
don't.
I
really
feel like
came from
I feel like maybe I feel like there are women in the world, but I don't think that any.
Well, this mom I'm talking about is a monolith. That's how I feel.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really feel like that exists in this world that I've dated so far. It's not something that I have.
Yeah, like I could literally call her now, like, yo, something's going on with me, and she dead, like, pull up type thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just feel like even though I'm like not with her son, that was like the only time. But I'm saying I have met quite a few mamas, and I have never felt like, oh yeah, like, you know, like they were on my side. They're always gonna be on their child's side.
Yeah,
but that's,
and I'm not. You know what? Let me take that back.
We talked about this.
Y'all not bitches. It's just that I don't trust them, and that's it.
Okay.
But moving on. We're gonna touch on this very briefly. Is I see there was something about marriage, and if the marriage is still.
Yeah, because I feel like, all right, so I feel like, you know, we're getting older, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so things that we planned, I don't feel like they have aligned with our age. Like the age has surpassed, but are the goals still the same? So that's why I wanted to know. Like, is marriage still on the table for you? Like, I know you want marriage and kids, but like, is that on the table for you?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you get in an accident, you gonna stop driving?
No.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean you could. No, it's not even about like.
No,
I'm
just saying like just because things didn't align the way I wanted to align doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop wanting what I want. I still want a family. That is what I've wanted. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna change because I have ran into some hardships or everything is not aligning the way I wanted to align. Maybe it's just not my time. That's the thing that I had to realize in this whole year is. And just having to restructure my entire life is, listen, it's not on your timing. It's based on where you are and if what you're supposed to be doing in life aligns. If it's aligning, it will align, and it will be what's for you will always be for you. It's always going to be for you. So
yeah, because I feel well, I'm just saying that to say, like, for example, like me, right? I don't like, I want to get married, don't get me wrong, but I'm like super skeptical about having kids. And I haven't been like that in like a really long time. You know what I'm saying? So things have changed for me in that perspective. I'm not saying I don't want kids, but just the way men are so nasty, I just can't see like that joy and desire being reprised. I think
that we have been scarred by who we've interacted with. But think about like us. Think about how men say things like, "Oh, there are no good women out there. Every woman wants me for this and then a third." So I feel like there are good men out there. We just have to wait and not settle. That's my number one thing. We have to not settle. Literally, do not settle on what you do not want. You don't want it. Don't get it. Because at the end of the day, when you settle, you'll eventually be like, oh, I didn't even want this. I didn't even want to like this.
Because I feel like I'm not saying like Cause niggas, like, let's be real, like, I only know a few great dads, and there's like I know a lot of dads, and I just feel like there's only a few great ones.
I feel like that's based.
So
I feel like there are a lot
be weekend dads, bro.
and I know that. I realize that men be weekend dads, but at the same time, it's also about what we allow as women, what we allow as women for our children and our to be with that man. Like, say that man is not showing up the way he's supposed to show up. Like, my nigga, you knew he wasn't gonna show up. You could kind of tell he wasn't gonna show up for you the way he was gonna show up for you.
Oh, most definitely.
Exactly. So why would you lay down and put a baby in you knowing that that man is not even taking care of what he's supposed to take care of when you're not pregnant? We got to be smart about these things. We really have to be more vigilant, sifting through the stacks of papers and the stacks of men that we don't want, and finally getting what we really, really want. And I feel like men will give in. They will give in if you hold a certain standard. You will get what you want. Because I was having this conversation. Men don't stop trying until they get what they want. They don't stop trying. They may settle down with you for a little bit, but they'll have eyes for somebody else. They'll be doing something with somebody.
What?
No.
How does that correlate?
Just let me go up. They say you're not what they want, right? Mm-hmm. They'll think that's what they want, and then they figure out that you're not what they want, and then they be on the prowl. They be looking, they be seeing other girls, they start talking to other girls. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, okay, she's giving me more than what I want now. So
you don't think men, so speaking on signs, you don't think men give you signs in the midst of that?
Absolutely. 1000%.
I just think that I don't know. I think I see pregnancy in a totally different light than when I did when I was younger, and I just feel like I always admired pregnancy because I just feel like that's like some superhuman shit, like really producing a whole human, and then having it come out of your teeny tiny vagina. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that was amazing to me, but I also see it as like I now see it as like risking your life.
It is risking
and it's
your
like
life.
I think more women should view it as that. Like, is this nigga worth risking my life for?
Exactly. And this is what I be saying, like, when people be like, oh, people try to deter me all the time. Oh, you say you're not trying to get married. I mean, you're not dating somebody with kids. I don't have children. Why would I date somebody why am I dating somebody who's not my equal? What the freak are y'all talking about?
For some reason, though, I do feel like a lot of times we like to, as women, we like to move the needle. So, like, for example, right? You might meet a nigga that don't got no kids and shit like that, but now you feel like maybe... Because I've heard this before.
You're right. We do move the needle.
Because I heard this before. Like, I had, like, somebody was like, yeah, like, oh, he don't got no kids, but he's older. Like, why doesn't he have kids at this age? It's like, bitch, do you want this nigga with no kids or not? Like, what are you talking about?
Some people say,
I think it's strange that he doesn't have kids by now. Somebody might think it's fucking strange that
you don't have kids
right now.
And I'm not saying that, as women, we don't move the needle. We do move the needle. Mm-hmm. We do. And I do feel like there's some things that when I say don't settle, this is a disclaimer, because people be thinking when I say don't settle, I'm saying some super, super strenuous stuff. I'm saying if it is a core value for you, use that, core value. Do not settle.
Right. If you want a man of God and you keep meeting niggas that are not a man of God, then don't settle.
Don't settle
Find
on
that man that loves God just as much as you do.
Stop moving the needle and then being mad that you don't get what you want. Say what you want and you get what you want. If it's not what you want, we could be cool. Hey, see you. You wanna go get some dinner? I don't know, because if you don't like me, I don't think so.
Be that.
You know why? Because I noticed why. I know it's fun to go and get dinner and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, they will still end up liking you, still wearing you down, and here you are, 5 dinners in,
being flirty friends.
And I just think that when you know yourself, be yourself. I ain't putting myself in no more predicaments that's gonna have me messed up, because you know what? Your girl don't like being brokenhearted and sad, okay? It ain't something I enjoy. Mm-hmm. So if you don't enjoy that kind of stuff, just stay with what you want until you get what you want. But back to your question, no, I do not think that I have given up hope on marriage or any of that, because I do not want to be married to the wrong guy, and I do not want to have kids with the wrong man. So
what if you find yourself, and I'm not saying you are, because we got to wrap up in a little bit.
yeah,
Say you find yourself at 40,
mm-hmm.
no man,
Mm-hmm.
no kids.
Mm-hmm. Get a dog, adopt.
You would adopt a kid?
I would adopt.
Wow.
I would adopt.
Okay.
But listen, honestly, because
I don't know. Ever since I seen The Orphan, y'all, I gave up my adoption dream so fucking quick. Like, and there's another adoption.
It all depends
movie
on like
that.
where I am in life or whatever. That might change when I hit 40. Who knows?
And I know it sounds insensitive because foster children deserve to be loved as well, but yeah, I don't want to take that chance. So
Yeah. So I don't think right now where I am, I'm only 31. That is 9 years from now. I don't think.
no, I'm not saying that you won't. I'm just saying if you do look around and you like, damn, now it's my 40th birthday. Like,
it's, yeah, hey, it's just that was what was in the cards for me. That was just what was in the cards for me. Okay. But nonetheless, nah. And yeah, it's unfortunate that society has made us feel like, like there are no good men out there, but there are some good men. And I'm not saying that there aren't any good men. I'm just saying, like, y'all have to be better. Y'all have to really, this is my only thought to y'all. It's like, please, y'all need to work on being more honest and vulnerable with the people that are around you and that you say that you care about, because you can't expect somebody to meet you where you at if you're not even showing up for yourself. Mm-hmm. You're not showing up for yourself because you're not thinking that it's important to communicate communicate important things, or you're not thinking it's important to be vulnerable about things, and you expect people to be mind readers and then be mad when this person cannot accommodate you in those ways. Like, we can't accommodate what we don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, I am not a mind reader, and I will not be a mind reader. So if you don't tell me how you feel, guess what? I'm gonna think that you're okay. Mm-hmm. But anyway, just so we're gonna get into like just a wrap up of the year and like things that I guess we talked about, like where we thought we would be, where we are now, and things of that nature. And like just a recap of the year. Like,
do I feel like I could imagine that I would be in this place that I'm in now in my life last year? No. Okay. But I'm happy about it though. It was an unexpected chain of events that has occurred, but totally happy about my decision. Wouldn't take it back for anything. And like right now life is good. I feel good about life. Yeah, I think cause it like, and like, we spoke about this the other day, like, but I do feel like, there's always going to be a monkey wrench. Like, always going to be a monkey wrench, because this is life. Things happen. Mm-hmm. There's so many different scenarios, different people, so many different chain of events that can happen at any moment. There's like no guidebook to life. And, we just got to learn to like roll with the punches. Cause like I said, shit is always happening. Like,
yeah. For me, the chain of events that have happened over the last year, would I say I would expect to be where I am at this moment? No. I am in a way better space than I was last year. And I can only thank God for it, and I can only be grateful that I have come very far in not only my life and in my goals, but also in my healing and in my growth. Like, things last year I would have my life would have been like, ah! Now I'm just like, all right, shit, that's how the cookie crumbles. Right. Moving on. Like, and honestly, we've done so much more this year than we've done last year. Like, if we think about it, like, we've made decisions that we never thought we would make. We've gone places that we never thought we would go. And we've experienced a lot of good things. Like, I feel like even though the year was up and down for both me and Akela, I would say like I think we're pretty happy and like grateful to be where we are right now, because we could be sick, we could be in many things, but we're alive, breathing, and we ain't broke. So
Right.
so that's great. Like,
'Cause when
and
I don't got money, I be stressed.
I'm telling you, broke and sad.
I haven't felt that in a while, so like I just
Yes.
I just am just happy
And
about that.
and I'm so glad. This is the number one thing. I ain't got no nigga stress me out. Jesus be ooh. It's just like, but
Yeah.
anyway, we want to definitely thank you guys for coming on and listening to us for all these 3 years. We are hoping to still enjoy it by the end of the year. Like, we still doing this because regardless of if it's getting a lot of traction or not, while we would love for it to be like a number one pod, and we putting that in the air, maybe it's a number one pod by the end of the year or in the next couple months. But I would definitely say like, we still enjoy coming. It's definitely something that we love doing. I'm telling you, we bringing our phone conversations to the air because this is us. Like, you're always going to get genuine, divine energy from us, and you're always going to get the real. Even if I ain't keeping it real, Kayla gonna make me keep it real, and vice versa. So we just got to keep it 100%. So again, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Heard You Sis podcast. You have any final words, girl?
No, live your life, y'all. Live your life.
Yes. And make sure you guys follow us on all socials at Heard You Sis. TikTok. We're on TikTok, guys. And if you have any inquiries, please hit us up at heardyousispodcast@gmail.com. And you guys have a good week. Bye. Chris called me.
Where are you supposed to meet him at?
His house.